Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Dave Guerra, and this is Trust the Process, Dirty Shirt, Saturday edition. How's it going? Running late, but hey, that's what Saturdays are all about. Taking care of business, taking care of the stuff you just can't take care of during the week. So you push it off to the weekend, and here we are, ready to rock and roll. And again, it's a little late, so the intro is a little off, but it doesn't matter because here we are. So, trust the process. Again, continuing this week with resume writing, not resume writing. Well, we're going to resume writing that resume. And why do I say resume? Because some resumes are so bad they don't deserve to be called resumes. That being the case, let's continue talking. Today I want to talk about work experience. And when you list your work experience in your resume, folks, put it in chronological order. And by chronological order, meaning as a hiring supervisor, I'd like to see the most recent job at the very top. Put down what you did. Don't fudge it. Do not fudge it, because you're going to get caught in that lie. You get called in for an interview, you're going to get caught in a lie, and that's not going to look on you. That's not going to look good on you. So be sure to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. Just remember, is this something you'd like to tell a total stranger? So when you say that, when you do that, make sure that it is the truth. That way you don't have to remember, especially if that total stranger is going to question you and ask you to elaborate on what you did and you can't deliver. So be careful there. Be sure to include your roles, your responsibilities, what you did exactly as you did it. Now, I understand some people want to write paragraphs and fill up the entire screen with information. Don't do that, just nice bite-sized nugget, chunk of data, but let them know, especially if you had roles and responsibilities that dealt with leading people, managing people, directing people. It dealt with basically just being a leader of other people. So be sure you cover that. Also, be sure to include rules and regulations that you were governed under, that you had to abide by, that you had to do on a daily basis. You had to ensure that you were following those rules and regulations. For example, HIPAA, that Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, there we go. And FERPA, that's the Student Information Privacy. So it's the Family Education, the R is gone. But again, if you fell under those rules, be sure you mention them, especially if you're going to go into a situation or into a new job, or you want the new job that requires you to have more than just a working knowledge of HIPAA or FERPA or whatever rules, high tech, House Bill 300, whatever applies to you. Make sure that you list that, because it is that important. It might just be the dividing line, that division, that line in the sand that says, hey, you're hired, or next, please. Also, and I mentioned this in the objective, and I'm going to mention this again in the work objectives, especially when you're writing your roles and responsibilities. Do not use I. The word I as in me, as in you. I did this, I did that, I was responsible for. No, leave that out of there. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Include, make sure that you have, if you have to use the word I, well, use it, but for the most part, build your resume, your work experience description around not having the word I in it. It's that simple. Next thing, be sure to include the number of individuals you led, you supervised, you managed, you directed, whatever. Numbers matter, because that gives people an indication of just how much stress level you can handle when dealing with other people, when leading other people, when directing or managing other people. So make sure you list an accurate number. Don't fudge it. Again, you're going to get caught. And lastly, be sure to include why you are no longer with the organization. If the organization went out of business, then say it went out of business, it closed. If you were terminated, well, be prepared to answer why in some cases. Some cases, not all cases. But again, don't lie. Do not lie. If you're gone, don't lie. Folks, again, make sure, most important thing is make sure everything's in chronological order with the most recent job at the very top of that list, and then just kind of go from there. Make sure you're clear, concise, and informed, and bite-sized, chunk-sized nugget of information is what you want to have. Be sure to include your roles, your responsibilities, any rules, federal regulations, or guidelines you had to follow and you did. The number of people you supervised if you were in a supervisory position. And always do not fudge it because it'll come back and bite you. I'm Dave Guerra. This is Trust the Process number 2. We're still continuing resume writing. We're talking about work experience on that resume. Until next week, have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.